Hi everyone, it's Pam. I'm back with you today. Hope you're subscribing to my channel. I'm going to be new and interesting stuff on there all the time, so subscribe today if you can. I really would appreciate it. Today we're going to make quiche. Quiche is the best thing in the world as far as a cheap, leftover, good protein kind of breakfast. And I like quiche, and my husband likes quiche, even when, in the evening sometimes, and he likes it cold. Not a big fan of cold quiche, but anyway, I'm going to show you today. As I've told you in the past, I had a restaurant, and this was one of our top selling things. It was a tea room actually, and ladies came in and they always wanted quiche, and I served it with a fruit skewer. But anyway, today I'm going to tell you little tips about making quiche and making it the good way. I am an avid fan, and I will freely admit it, of deep dish Marie Callender's pie shells. Marie Callender's deep dish pie shells are just about the best I've ever found for making quiche. I've used several different kinds, but this is the one I highly recommend. They come two to a package usually. A lot of times you can't get them where you're at in different areas. But deep dish is also an important feature that you want to go for. So anyway, so I'm scoring them. I'm going to score them. I believe that's the word that everybody says. I don't know. I'm a cook. I'm not an English major, although I did minor in English, but anyway, I think it's called score. You take a fork and you go all around it. This prevents bubbles from bubbling up. And I've got my oven set to 375. I'm going to do both of these pie shells today because I'm going to make two different kinds. I'm going to make a quiche Lorraine, which is just a bacon and cheese quiche, and I'm going to make a spinach and bacon quiche. I have some leftover bacon from the other day when I showed you how to make my other dish. Anyway, so I've got them scored, both of them. I've got my timer set for 5 minutes, but you know what? You're really going to need a little more than that. If you have the kind of oven that has a light on it, that's very important because you can kind of watch and see. You don't want these shells to get too done. You just want them to be kind of warm enough to where when you put your egg mixture in, it's going to be the crust won't be soggy-ish. Okay, so the mixtures for the quiche. As I've told you in the past, I am not a person who usually measures everything to the umpteenth degree. I don't. I'm a cook. Cooks cook. And so I'm going to kind of show you. You've seen, but I'm going to kind of try to show you here what I've got. I've got some cut up. I chopped up some of the bacon, and I have chopped up some Swiss cheese. Now I'm going to give you a little hint about Swiss cheese. It's hard to find at a grocery store. I don't know why. I guess people don't make quiches very much, but they don't. You usually can't find chopped up Swiss cheese in grocery stores. So if you have a food processor, you can food process it. My food processor's lid is a little weird, so I'm not using the food processor. I just chopped it up. I just thought, well, I'm going to just chop it up. Anyway, so there's a couple of things that I think are really, really important with a good quiche. One of them is you have to fluff your eggs. Your eggs need to be fluffy to go into the insides of the quiche. That's a really, really important thing. And using the right amount of eggs, because you don't want to not use enough eggs to where you have a flattish quiche. You want that quiche to come up around and make a formation, a round top. You want it to look pretty. I use per quiche, I use 6 eggs. Now, others might use more or less, but I use 6 per. And so I'm taking 6 out here. And we're going to do the first batch first. And in both batches, there's going to be the Swiss cheese and, well, I'm going to go on and do all 12. And then I'll put the spinach in after I use up some of it. So anyway, let's break up some eggs in our mixer, and then I'll be right back with you, okay? Stay tuned. Hi, we're back. Okay. Last time I used that mixer on screen, I noticed when I was watching my video that it was really loud. So anyway, I've taken 12 of the eggs, put them in there. They're in there to go, and they've mixed up really well. They fluffed up. They're nice and fluffy, and you'll see a picture of that. Now I'm going to add a couple of more ingredients before I put in the guts of it. Basically, I use heavy whipping cream. Now, some people will tell you to use half and half, maybe milk. I use heavy whipping cream, and I don't know. I really ought to give you more specifics as to how much I use, but dang it, I'm just not good at that. So I'm going to measure it out here, and this is 3/4 of a cup. 3/4 of a cup should be plenty for anybody. So we're going to put that in there. We're going to throw that in there. And this is one of those things that you really need to kind of, measure by skill. Like I said, I've made this many times, but I'm going to say you're going to need about that much. Can everybody see that? Which is a teaspoon of your ground mustard seed. Very important for a good quiche. Don't know why, have no earthly idea, but I know it's important because your quiche will taste different. It just will. So we're going to put that ground mustard seed in there, and then we're going to throw in our bacon and our Swiss cheese, because we know we're going to have to use those for both the Quiche Lorraine and the spinach quiche. So we're going to put that in there. Go on and put that in there. And I'm also going to throw in a little bit more cheese, different kinds of cheese. The thing with quiche is one of those, again, dishes that you just play with as you go. And if you are experimental enough, you can get in there and make the most fabulous, or if you're not. I'm using some more, I like cheese. I hope you all recognize the fact that I like cheese. And so I'm going to put about that much, again, I'm not measuring, about a handful of extra cheese in there. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to turn this off because I don't want you all to have to listen to my mixer. I'm going to turn it off, mix it up, and then I'll be right back with you, okay? We've got our mixture made up here. Good amount. Gosh, I wish I could show you all, but anyway, it's all kind of mixed together there. My spatula. I'm going to take, I've got my pie crust here in front of me. Let you see the pie crust, how undone, because it's not done. It's undone, okay? But it's just enough where it'll be okay. And then I'm going to show you another little trick that's also important, okay? So we're going to take half of this mixture, and we're going to pour that directly into, make sure you get that bottom part, that cheese in there, because that's what's going to make you or break you. Okay, so my little puppy is right underneath me. You can stay there. Okay, she's our visitor. Talby. You'll meet Talby as we go along. Anyway, Talby's in here watching me, wondering why I'm talking to myself. Anyway, okay, so this is kind of an important thing. Because you're baking this at 375, you see here what I'm doing? Taking, and a lot of people don't like to, deal with aluminum foil because of all the stuff that They say aluminum causes, but what I'm doing here is I am putting that around the edge of my quiche, a couple of pieces of it, so that it doesn't get too brown on the ends. The ends you want to be, you know, done and crispy and nice, but you don't want them black. And sometimes when you bake a quiche, it can turn out black. My mother has these little pie. They're called pie something. I don't know what they're called. Pie, you know, and you do them for pies. This is the old hillbilly way of getting around it, not having to go out and buy those pie things. So 3 pieces should be plenty to do this with. Okay, and you gotta kind of work with it and, you know, do it a little bit. Oh, son of a gun. But anyway, once that's around that edge, that pie is ready to go into the oven. And again, my oven's set at 375. And come on, get on there, little doggy. Okay. So we're gonna put it in the oven, let it cook. And again, I go back to the fact that if you have an oven that has a light on the inside of it, kind of important with quiche, not, you know, absolutely important, but again, kind of important, because what you want to do is you want to watch that. You want it to get a little brown on the top, but not black brown on the top. So we're going to put it in there, 375, and then we're going to work on our other one and get it ready to go in, okay? So here we go. First one's in. Okay, away that one goes. Now we're going to take our spinach, and I dried this spinach, and that's very important because quiche, if you put wet stuff in quiche, doesn't work. I'm going to tell you that right now. So it's good and dry, and what I do is I kind of break it apart a little bit. You're seeing how much I'm putting in there. Enough. I like spinach, and I had a lot of leftover spinach. So spinach and bacon and cheese are good stuff, Maynard. Good stuff. So we're gonna bring over our other pie shell, and we're going to put that mixture right in there, like that. Get all that good stuff from the bottom. Oh yeah, that's the mother load right there. The bottom of that. Now, get in there with your fingers and move it around. Make it to where when it bakes, it's going to bake nice and pretty. That's going to be a very pretty quiche. And this pie shell, I didn't get this done, so I'm going to go on and put that in there. I hope you all can see that. This is the product before it goes in. When it bakes, it should pop up real nicely, hopefully. Let's keep our fingers crossed. And we'll see what we have to do from there. The finished product, when it comes out, I promise you, you will see it. I wish you could taste it, but you'll see it, okay? Okay, our quiche is about ready to come out. The first quiche, and I must say, this thing looks phenomenal. Open it up here, bring it out. Now the thing to know about quiche, woo, it almost puffed up. You see that? Oh my goodness gracious. See, it almost went over it puffed up. It really puffed up in there. But you gotta let quiche set for a little while. Can't just chop into it. We're gonna leave that spinach one in there for just a little while longer. Just a little while. Nope. You know what? I believe it's ready to come out too. I don't want those edges to get too. Nope, we're going to put it back. It's not quite ready. Let it cook for just a little while longer. I'm going to let this set for a few more minutes. And then I'm going to cut into it and show you how good it really looks and tell you how good it's really going to taste. That's going to be my dinner tonight. Frank's not here, so tonight it's going to be quiche for dinner. And I'm on day 5. Day 5, no sugar, dancing my legs off, watching what I'm eating, lots of water. It's a new healthy lifestyle, and I want y'all to help me. And I want y'all to work with me to make your lives just as important as mine. Anyway, I wish I had something fancy to say. I don't. Changing your life is really, really hard sometimes. Tried to go without coffee. Didn't work. Anyway, come back here in a few minutes. You'll get to eat some of my pie, some of my quiche. You'll get to eat some of my quiche. Till then. Okay, folks, I want you to see what a pretty quiche that turned out to be. Look at that. Still a little warm. The other one's still in the oven. But it rose up really good. You can see how tall it's gotten. Okay, now is the time that we have to come to terms with if it's going to be good or if it's going to be bad. I'm hoping it's going to be good. So I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not ever going to lie to you. Okay, here we go. A little cool, a little warm. Has some pretty good stuff. Whoa, I hate to pat myself on the back, but that's good now. That's just good. Really nice and fluffy. That's the way a quiche should be, fluffy. That's why it's important to do that initial stirring of your eggs before you put your rest of your ingredients in. Get those eggs nice and whipped up. Makes the quiche rise up. That's really good. That's going to be some good dinner. Until I see you next time, hey, please subscribe, please. I'm doing this because, I want subscribers. I want to meet people. I'm here by myself most of the time. Although my husband's here sometimes. But I want to get to know people. I want them to get to know me. Subscribe, watch my videos, share. If you would, I'd appreciate it very, very, very much. We'll be back with you got an idea for a little video I'm going to do soon. So keep watch. Dance tomorrow. I'm going to dance tomorrow, and it's going to be Mustang Sally. Decided on Mustang Sally. Okay, until I see you next time. Bye-bye.